The best part of this vacation is spending time with my sisters. But pretty soon, we'll be back from spring break, and then I'm gonna tackle you and smother you with kisses and give you gifts.
I miss you.
I can't wait to see you.
Is there a love story, real or fictional, that you've always admired?
And this might be a popular opinion, but I really love Hermione and Ron Weasley's relationship, and I'd love to see more of it. I think when I first watched the films when they had came out and I was younger, I was like, what? No! Like, there's Harry Potter is supposed to be with Hermione. But then I recently actually, over Christmas, I rewatched all the films back to back, and I really see how sweet their relationship is and how much they care for each other, want to protect each other and be each other's guardians. And so I'd love to see more of that in the future, but I definitely admire their relationship.
I love hearing people's love stories. Like, I mean, obviously I love watching rom-coms and stuff, but hearing real people's stories of how they met their people or like how they're proposed or things like that, I live for these things. Honestly, me too, Janelle. I think my parents' story is so cute, and I definitely have a meet cute. They like met in class, and my mom was late, so she sat in the back of the class, even though normally she sits at the front, and she happened to sit beside my dad. And then they like asked each other to borrow each other's notes at the end of class, and it was like the first thing they ever said to each other. And then they ended up just sitting beside each other for the whole year, and I was like, that is just so cute and could totally happen in a movie. Such a movie moment.
Yeah, I'd say Shantaram. It's an interesting love story, though. It's a love story between a man and himself, really, in life, and then also these like two different girls, these women, I should say. That story is definitely, huge inspiration.
What is a song that you would always put on a mixtape for like a crush or a romantic playlist?
Well, I have been in a relationship for 5 years with Anthony. And so I probably would put on, I wrote this song called For Real that's like literally dedicated to him.
And maybe 'cause I'm okay without you, that's how I know that I love you for real.
So I probably put that on the mixtape. And then like, I guess anything Beyonce, he loves to like get down and like dance. So I feel like that would like, he would love that.
I really like the song I'm In It by Kanye West. It's a bit intense, but I love that song deeply. There's a song by Metronome called Mixtape. I love that song too. And then anything by Shiloh as well. Throw that on the mixtape.
Oh, it's such a classic, but I would put La Vie en Rose on there. I love that song. It's maybe overplayed, but I love it. So.
I'm gonna go in the opposite direction and say "Buy You a Drink" by T-Pain. That's just it gets a good groove going. Yeah. And he's a romantic. He's gonna buy you a drink.
Do you have a little thing that someone can do or has done for you that like you think is really romantic? Like it could be like putting gas in your car or like driving you to the airport. You know what I mean?
I think a big one for me is a really good book recommendation. Like by someone who really knows who I am and knows that like how much I love story. So if someone can give me something that they know I'm gonna love and I do love it, that's very romantic to me. If I don't love it, then I just break it off and I never talk to them ever.
That's it. Oh, I'm gonna build off what Ross said. I'm gonna say a movie recommendation. But if I don't like it, I'm pretty easy to please actually with movies. I probably wouldn't call it off, but I think that if someone is on the same wavelength with something like that, that is always a big plus and a good conversation starter.
For me, it's when people like give me rides when they pick me up, because that's my like love language. I think is people like giving me a ride because I hate to drive, and so I think then it makes me feel like you understand that about me and you go out of your way to make me feel like safe and comfortable.
I think if someone like cleans my house, like if like because I always like do my dishes and stuff, but if I like come home and like it's clean, I'm like, oh, that was sweet. I think if someone just wants to spend time together, if they were like, hey, like let's go to a park and read, or if I was like sitting and reading or doing emails and they just like came in the room and like sat down and read or wrote next to me, or like it's called parallel playing is like the term for like when you're in the same room with someone just doing different activities, but you're not really engaging each other. You're just like near each other in proximity. It's one of my favorite things.
That's a love language, right? Acts of service. And my husband is very much that way. So it's like if he wakes up before me and I come downstairs and he's made me my coffee, I'm like, that's so romantic and so thoughtful. I love those little gestures. I think that they mean so much.
I love grand gestures, but the little things I think are just as romantic. Like the small things, like, I don't know. I always think it's cute if they know you always forget something, so then they'll remember it for you. Or like little things, like if they wear a hair tie on their arm because I always like need to like a hair tie middle of the day, or like little things like that I think are so cute.
He folds my pajamas every morning and puts them under my pillow so that at night I don't have to like go foraging for them and I always know where they are. I love that. Anthony, if you're watching or you're listening, because we live together, if you're listening, never stop. Don't stop. I love that he does that for me.
What's an everyday object that you really love? Like, I love my stapler. I love this mug or whatever.
I love my tea maker. I got like a fancy tea maker recently where you can like pick if it's like black tea, green tea or whatever, and the temperature is like specific to the tea.
Yeah, I like my hydro. It's like my favorite thing. I carry it with me wherever I go usually.
I'm an essential oil girl. I always have to have it on me. So I have like my peppermint halo, and I have like a stress blend that I put in my hands if I'm ever feeling anxious. Eucalyptus, lavender. I always have to have it with me.
Not an object. Like Emmy, my dog. She, ever since she came into my life, and she actually came into, I got her on a press tour for the first movie for Tall the Boys. I was doing press for Tall the Boys and another show that I was on, and I got her during the most chaotic time and transitional time of my life. And she has been my saving grace. She is everything to me. And I could not, people say like, I'm like, you should get a dog. And they're like, no, my life is complicated. I know. And I'm like, listen, it's never going to be a convenient time to get a dog, but they will change your life and they will make it so much better. So definitely Emmy for sure.
I do have good socks. I've like made it a deal to myself to like, I never wear plain socks. And I mean, right now I'm wearing socks with corgis on them. I got a lot of dog ones. I would say those are pretty important. My journal, I like try to journal pretty often, and I like was kind of lacking in that department for a while and just recently gotten back into it. So I'd say my journal and like my journaling pen are things that I love. And as soon as I complete this journal, I'm going to buy another one of like the same kind because I love it.
Is there a senior citizen, like a silver fox, that you have a crush on?
Like Patrick Stewart?
A silver fox could be like, you could be prematurely gray, like Anderson Cooper. But I think now Clooney can be considered a silver fox because I just saw he had a movie come out where he was quite gray. So
Anthony Hopkins, such a good actor. He paints. I think he's a composer as well. Just kind of, he's quite funny on Twitter. So I'll go with him.
Betty White.
How could you not? She's the cutest.
Yeah.
The world keeps shifting under my feet. All I want is for it to stand still.